all the unique characters,
I do let him bang. Yeah, I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm a legend, man. I'm building my legacy.
all the stories and perspectives featured weekly.
I wasn't fully committed to that choke, and I kind of sunk into it, started squeezing tighter, and I kind of heard him gurgle a little bit. I was like, oh.
And all the combat sports you could ask for in the best state in the U.S.
Like I said, Ohio versus the world. It's going to happen for sure. Watch out.
It'll be cool, man. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to show them why the Ohio MMA scene is, in my opinion, one of the best MMA scenes in the country.
This is Forged in OH.
IO.
OH.
IO.
OH.
IO.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 117 of Forged in Ohio. My name is Jake Murren, and I'm the host of the podcast. I always enjoy catching up with fighters after having them on the show, and this one is pretty special. I last talked to this fighter in December ahead of his first career title fight. He won the belt in the first round and has since defended the title at Cage Thunder 32. Joining me for the third time on Forged in Ohio, it's Cody, the Warrior Wilson. Thanks for coming on, and welcome back to the show, Cody.
Hey, thanks for having me again, man. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, the pleasure's all mine to get you back on the podcast, and I know we do have a lot to catch up on, so let's start with, I guess, Cage Thunder 29, where you won the featherweight title. We previewed that fight extensively on this show, but what comes to mind most when you think back to that night in December?
So I think my confidence really showed that night. I knew going into it that I was going to get the title, and there was nothing that was going to stop me. I know me and Luke had a lot of respect there and still a lot of respect after the fight too, but we knew the outcome and didn't expect the first round finish, but that's what we got and tried to carry that on.
Yeah, that was your first time fighting at the Canton Civic Center, obviously for your first amateur title. During fight week, did it have that big fight feel almost, or was it more of the same from what you're used to?
Oh, it did. I heard a lot about the Civic Center, and I was just itching to get in there, and then even being in there the second time to defend the belt, I think that just made everything so much better because, I mean, the crowd's crazy. Canton's always really upbeat and live, so it was perfect.
You did win in the first round, like you mentioned, via triangle choke there. Was that the type of result you were expecting going in?
Seems like that's what I always fall into. I knew I was going to be stronger going into it. I knew my jiu-jitsu was a lot better. Maybe not what I expected, but just what I fell into. So seems to be what happens. But I knew a finish was coming, just didn't know exactly how.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for your opponent that night, Luke McMurtry, and I'm sure you do as well. Were you surprised by maybe how he performed that night in the first round?
Yeah, I feel like maybe the weight cut got to him a little bit. It looked like it when we were facing off. You can kind of tell in somebody's eyes how they're feeling. It looked like he was feeling a little rough, but I definitely capitalized on it.
Overall, like I already asked about, just thinking back to that night, obviously the stage, the Civic Center, big fight feel, all those type of things. Could you just imagine a better scenario, a better setting to win your first amateur MMA title?
So of course I would love to win it in Cleveland where I'm living now, but I mean, I grew up in Akron, so Canton's pretty much the backyard. And then I don't mind going into other people's territory to win either. So I know it was his hometown, and I didn't mind winning my first title in front of all of his fans too. So that's what made it even better, I think.
We've talked extensively on this show about your story from losing your debut to taking 9 years off and then returning now on a 6-fight winning streak. Did winning the title cement this comeback story of yours?
Yeah, so like I said, I think last podcast, from the first fight in February, I knew what my goal was, and I definitely made that come true. And then now just everything on top is just solidifying everything that I knew I could do. And I'm just going to keep this run going and just prove why I belong in this sport.
I know you got right back at it, and we of course have that title defense to talk about too, but did you allow yourself to do a lot of reflecting on the journey after becoming Cage Thunder's featherweight champ?
Yeah, so after I did everything, all my goals for last year. I really figured out what my weaknesses were, watched back a lot of the fights, and then that's why I took 6 months to come back and defend the title. I really worked on everything, and I feel like it showed my last coming out. So definitely figuring out where I need to get better, and then the coaches are seeing it too, and we're all working together and getting all this stuff taken care of. And the teammates are a big part of it. They're seeing and helping me out everything I need to get better with, and I'm helping them out as well. So it's a good trade-off.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you made because I've talked to fighters about this in the past, just in terms of where growth comes from, whether that be in camp or maybe even outside of camp when you don't necessarily have like a fighter or a fight to dial in and focus on. Can you just talk about that, where you grow most, whether it be in camp or outside of camp, and what that dynamic's like?
So I think growth comes from a lot of places. It comes from definitely your team, your teammates, and then your family also, and then seeing people out like that maybe have seen you fight that maybe you didn't even know that existed. Just people that come up to you, say they saw you fight and that they like to watch you. And then I think that really puts a spark in you too, and then makes me want to train harder. And it's nice. I can't tell you how many times I've been out to the store or Planet Fitness or something, and someone comes up and says, "Hey, I watched you fight. You're awesome." And then that really, they really motivates you to do even better.
Will that ever get old, getting recognized like that?
Oh, never.
So, you talk about where you grow in those 6 months off that you took just to kind of dial back and watch your tape and improve that way as well. Did you have that sense of hunger? I know you're so active, right? You're back in the cage so often. When you take time off like that, do you just appreciate what it's like to fight even more? And maybe that hunger for fighting even grows when you take a chunk of time like that off?
Yeah, I guess I didn't really want to take that much time off, but now that I did defend the title, now I'm itching to get right back in. I didn't really take much damage. So so my goals for last year I met. Now I have new goals for this year, and it's to have probably one more title defense, maybe get another promotions belt, and then next year take the bigger step.
I'm pretty sure I've asked a similar question to you in the past, but when did it feel like becoming an amateur MMA champion could truly be a possibility? Was it in February 2024 when you made that return?
I think so in my head, that's exactly what was going to happen. I knew it was a reality after the fight at the Civic Center. I knew after I fought there and how amazing that went, I knew I was going to be the champion. Because that one was supposed to be for a title, and then ended up not being come to light there. But after that win, I knew it was inevitable, and then just a matter of time.
I know this applies to more like pro MMA champions, but did it feel like anything changed after you won the belt? Maybe got more recognition in public or silenced any remaining doubters, if any, things like that?
No, I think it probably gave more doubters. Definitely, there's always people that want your position, and the higher I'm getting up, the more that people are trying to come at me and or say I'm no good. But if they want to test it, they always can.
I wanted to ask about that as well because you're not chasing the title anymore. Have you felt a bigger target on your back now that you're holding that prize that others won and are eyeing in Ohio MMA?
Yeah, I've seen situations or been in situations where it seems like people are giving some eyes or something, or maybe want what I have. But when it comes to me, all the matchmakers know I'll fight anybody. But at this point, it's a matter of who deserves it. I'm not going to let somebody fight me that doesn't deserve it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Just whoever deserves to come for the title, that's where it comes down to. If you deserve it, it's your shot. But I'm not just going to let anyone miss a fight or cancel a fight and then come try to fight me just because I'm one of the top here in Ohio. You got to really prove yourself first.
Is that a setting that you're comfortable in, being the king of the throne, I guess, being the Cage Thunder champion and being the guy that, like I said, everybody's going after?
Yeah, it doesn't faze me. It just like I said after I won in the interview, if anyone wants to come try for it, hey, they're more than willing. But I'm really a hard guy to put away, and I don't see me losing this belt until I vacate it and go pro next year.
That's the championship mindset right there. Talking with Cody the Warrior Wilson here on Forged in Ohio. So your first title defense came on June 7th at Cage Thunder 32, right back at the Canton Civic Center. Was that always an event or maybe the right timing when you were looking to fight again?
Oh yeah, perfect timing. I couldn't ask for better timing. And then turning right around and being in the same venue. Like I said, Civic Center is one of my favorites for sure. The place is so big, and I had probably the biggest support system I could ask for that night.
Did you have like that sense of comfort just having already fought there in December, turning around in June, fighting there as well? Just everything almost felt familiar to you that night.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely venue is a big part of it, and then just being there at the first time, getting all that out, winning the title, then it made it like I felt like home for sure. So it definitely a good sense of comfortability there.
You were going up against Casey Boykin from Indiana. Did you know much about him after the fight was booked? And if so, what did you think about your opponent ahead of the fight night?
I didn't know much about him. I knew he liked the ground game. He had sneaky jiu-jitsu. I knew his stand-up wasn't as good. I just knew he was really tall. So I worked a lot with that. I have a teammate that's about the same size, as tall as him, and I was working with him every day. I was like, hey, you're my training partner. Let's do it. So, but definitely, I think a lot of people were judging Boykin by his looks, but he was definitely a tough kid. Definitely didn't expect that coming from him, but he really showed out, and I think we gave the crowd a good show.
Do you think he was tougher than you maybe expected going in?
Yeah, definitely. Like I didn't expect to breeze through him or anything, but definitely didn't expect a 3-round war. I expected a pretty dominant first round finish, just like with Luke.
Yeah, it was the second time you've gone to a decision in your career. When you look back on it, are you happy with your performance that night?
Yeah, watching back, it looks like you can definitely tell I was really working on the things I needed to work on the last year. So the boxing got a lot better. Almost put him out on his feet a couple times. I just need to keep getting better and keep working on those same things. But you can definitely see the improvement. And everyone watching that thinks they can come for the belt, I mean, hopefully they're watching this stuff too, and they're like, hey, I might want to think twice.
Can you walk me through just round by round of what you were thinking and how you thought the fight was going?
So first round, I know we touched gloves, then he kicked me right away. Wasn't expecting that, threw me off guard, but I was able to get my composure really quick. First round, if I remember right, it was kind of just a little back and forth, got him on the ground, did what I usually do, but then he was getting a little sneaky with his long legs and trying to get his jiu-jitsu to play, but I was way too strong for him. There was nothing he could get me into that I wasn't going to slip out of or muscle out of. And then the second round, I was able to really open up with the boxing, and he was not really able to get up after that second round. I didn't think he was going to get up at all. And he finally did, and then I think I had him broke after that. And third round was pretty easy in my opinion, but I knew the win was coming.
Is strength the like X factor in your game? I know we've talked about it in the past, but I feel like every single featherweight fight you're in, you're just physically stronger than your opponent. Is that the X factor in your game?
So I know my skills there, my technique's there. I think the strength that I have just plays such a huge part. Like with the technique and everything, there's really nothing I can get worried about, especially when it comes to the ground. I know there's nobody stronger than me in this division, but when it comes to the skill, I'm getting better and better every day. So if I just keep the strength where it is and just keep my technique where it's going, I think I'll continue to be a problem for these guys.
And how's your health? How's the body feeling after going a hard 9 minutes like that earlier this month?
Body feels good. I know 2 days after, my ribs were a little sore from the kicks, but that healed up real fast. And then the hands are a little sore. I think I bruised my right thumb, but nothing I'm not getting fixed and getting taken care of. Shadow Eye Cryo for that. I go there all the time. They help me out really well.
So what's your ideal time frame look like for a return and maybe another title defense?
So I haven't talked to the coaches yet, but my goal is October for Cage Thunder. Not sure the venue for that one. And then I'm thinking December, do my last amateur fight, maybe get another promotions title, another promotions belt, go 8-0, 8-0 run, and prove that I actually am ready for that next step.
Is there anything specific that you're looking for in perhaps October, what will be your 8th fight, or are you taking a similar approach to whatever is next for you?
I'm going to take the same approach as I always do. The opponent doesn't matter, just as long as they deserve it. Like, I'm going to continue to show that why I'm number one in Ohio. And I think after that last one, I became number one pound for pound. So I'm ready to keep showing why I'm in this position and just keep the same mindset. Just keep the confidence that I have, knowing that I put the work in. I train with the baddest guys in Ohio, and there's nobody that can touch me.
They go hand in hand, but what means more to you, the title or now being the top-ranked amateur featherweight in Ohio?
I think what means more to me is just proving from where I came from to now, just all the hard work I'm putting in, using it the right way, and really proving everything that I've set for myself, all the goals that I have. So I think that's what really makes everything better. But being the title holder and number one spot right now, that just makes everything so much sweeter.
Last I checked, you're also ranked, I believe, 7th in the Midwest in your weight class. Is the goal to be number one there as well?
Yeah, if a couple more wins, I think I can. I think I checked last two, and I was number 12 in the country. So, I mean, if I can get 2 more wins, we'll see where they put me in the ranks then. But I know I got to get real good caliber opponents for that. So that's what I'm willing to do.
When it comes to your amateur career, I know you're talking about 2 more fights and then turning pro potentially next year, but is there anything else for you to accomplish as an amateur, or is it more just about getting that experience to make sure you're fully ready to take that next step?
I mean, I think I accomplished everything I needed to. I think it's just getting the experience now. I mean, I know I could go pro anytime, technically, but I'm in no rush. I think 2 more will really solidify it and prove to everybody like that I am ready. I know my coach is working with me every day, all the time, so I think we're ready to go.
Have you thought much of what Cody the Warrior Wilson looks like as a pro fighter? Obviously, like, no same day weigh-ins in Ohio. You get paid, you can use elbows and other strikes, but does that thought excite you of what you would look like as a pro mixed martial artist?
Yeah, it does. There's a lot to look forward to. So maybe we'll see if 135's in the works or not, but I mean, or I could just stay a strong 145, but the mentality will still be the same, but more weapons. That's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, that's interesting. Have you given much thought to going to 135?
It was talked about, but getting to 45 it's not hard, but it's definitely some work. Just thinking of how my body might feel an extra 10 pounds, no matter what, the day before weigh-ins or not. I just don't know if I want to put my body through it. I mean, we can definitely test it. I know I have the right coaching for it, but we'll just have to see. But if anything, I'll just keep doing my thing and stay a strong 145 and keep getting my technique to where it needs to be.
Would you have to make like some drastic changes to get down to 135, or is it just a matter of cutting more weight? How does that work?
So I think it would. So right now, I don't really have to worry until about 2 weeks out or so, and then start eating right and doing everything well. I think if I was to do 135, I would have to really plan it months in advance with the coaches. So we just have to see how I'd feel. But I wouldn't want to lose any muscle mass. That's the biggest thing for me. Wouldn't want to wither away any muscle just to get to 135 and then it not work out for me.
Do you remember the last time you were that low in weight, or did you ever have to cut down to 135?
No, never had to. I think I've gotten to 140 before, but that was a couple years ago. So I've definitely added on some muscle since then. So we'd have to see. We'd have to really play around with it, but not really anything I'm too worried about right now. Just next year or when we turn pro, talk to the coaches and see what we're thinking. But
All right, well, last one for you, man. Where are you 1 year from now? Next, June? Where is Cody the Warrior Wilson?
hoping I got 2-0 pro wins under my belt and still showing why I deserve to be in this sport and why I got the mentality for it. So that's my goal. I've been reaching every goal since. So I had my goal for last year. This year my goal's set. Next year, let's see if I can keep it going.
Well, that's exciting. I can't wait. And I'll be there every step along the way to document the journey. Before we wrap up, if you want to shout out anything here at the back end of the show, the floor is yours.
Hey, just shout out my team, Strong Style, best team I can ask for. And then all my sponsors, they know who they are, and good, all the support system I have. Couldn't ask for better.
All right. Well, thanks again, Cody, for coming on the show for a third time. I don't take the time for granted. And I'm sure you remember how we end these chats here by doing the OHIO chant. So, OH.
IO.
Thanks, Cody. I appreciate the time. Congrats on the title win and defending it for the first time. And I'm sure we'll talk again sooner rather than later on here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
That was Cody the Warrior Wilson, the 6-1 amateur mixed martial artist and Cage Thunder's featherweight champion. If you'd like more Forged in Ohio content, check us out. Instagram, Facebook, and X at Forged in Ohio. And you can't forget about the YouTube channel. All these episodes can be found over there, so make sure you're subscribed. Thanks again to Cody the Warrior Wilson, and thanks to all of you for your continued support. I've been your host, Jake Murren, and this was Forged in Ohio.